Hey, Tyler, ESPN. Incredible series. Was by far the best of the day. Looking at your opponents in Dynasty, this is for all of you. Can you name one player who impressed you the most today, just across the line? Who impressed you the most from the Dynasty?
Fleta. I think his Pharah was super strong and he caught us off guard a little bit. Every time he spawned the Pharah, we weren't expecting it that much, and the boops that he got, the concussive blasts, were insane, and I think we weren't prepared that much for it.
Hey, Dennis from Instance Lab. We got a really exciting assault map, and at least for all the viewers, it's super exciting to see like a 6-5 or something, something like that. But I know that players usually don't like 2CP, so what does it feel like to play a map like that, which is really long?
I think it's super frustrating to play 2CP when it goes on and on and on, especially with the mechanics, because like you can stall the point for a really long time, and of course we do that too because you have to abuse it. But I think 2CP is the worst game type in the game.
Say Real Maston, Overbuff, Taimou, in Junkertown. You seem to always know where to find Fleta for your hooks. Were you studying? Was it a bit of luck? Some of both?
Not really. I just play by the feel all the time. I never really like. I pick up people's habits during the game super fast, so I know it's literally autopiloting all the time. I don't really think about it. I just find people. Overall, I think Junkertown was our best one. We played really well. Everybody played really well. I played really badly on the other ones, so I'm not very happy with the game.
Hey there, Adam with Action Esports. So we have a lot of really mechanically gifted Widowmaker players in the league, and Widowmaker is one of those few characters that can really turn any skirmish into a 5v6 before it even really begins. How does your strategy change when playing around these like infamous Widowmakers, and how do you adapt to that kind of skirmishing?
I think when it's Widow versus Widow, we actually want the other teams to play Widow because we know we can easily beat them in the 1 versus 1 especially. But we don't really think, you should never think that you're worse than the enemy Widow or the enemy player, so you just play with confidence and try to win it.
Hi, I'm Amelia from Blizzard. So you'll always have that honor, at least, of taking the first map of Seoul Dynasty, but the rest of the match looked like so much work. So, like, how close do you think you are to actually taking out Seoul Dynasty?
I mean, it felt like one fight away on the Bunny, and on Ilios it was always like close fights. It may not seem that way from the viewer's perspective, but a lot of times there's super small stuff in the current meta anyway, where we just played it slightly different, or like a tiny thing happened in our way, it would have turned the whole map. I don't feel like we were off at all off there. I think, if anything, I just felt like we were gonna win. Most of the time, even on the Anubis, we were like 6 minutes and 12 after the first round. It felt really good. It just didn't line up. We'll get it next time. It happens.
Nathan with Double Tap. So on Temple of Anubis, especially when they went kind of to the double high ground, spread out on the defense, seemed that you guys struggled a bit. Hindsight 2020, but could you guys maybe talk about what you thought they did towards the end, later points that you guys were struggling with?
I think on that particular strat, it's not the strat itself that was causing us trouble. I think they were shutting down effect, which he had a little bit of trouble because I think the tracer was being disruptive. And normally we were going straight to point and try to play off the sight lines, but they would wrap around and squeeze us.
Yeah, I think a big problem was that we couldn't get effects set up, and their Tracer and Widow were running rampant in our backline. So we just I think our strategy was fine, but we just struggled executing it.
Adam with Action Esports again. So you guys, both as Dallas Fuel and in your previous incarnation, are known as a very high energy and charismatic team. Obviously, you have experience playing on a live stage, but the energy in this house is insane. And I just want to know, how exactly does that energy feed into you? Do you guys, do you let it affect you? Do you get pumped off of it? And how do you kind of return that with your own energy and charisma?
I mean, I like to hype up the crowd. I like to get hyped up by the crowd too. And when there's mean comments flying from the crowd, you don't really care about it. I think that's you should let them fuel you too. Mind the pun. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Mickey, by the way.
Have a good day.